Welcome back to the Quantum Soul channel. You ever get that nagging urge to check your phone? Like even when you know you should be focusing on something else.
Oh, yeah.
Scrolling through social media, maybe craving a snack.
Yep.
That's your brain's dopamine system.
Uh-huh.
And today we are diving deep
Yeah.
into this powerful neurotransmitter.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dopamine is always portrayed as this feel-good chemical,
Right.
but it's so much more than that.
Really?
Yeah, it's deeply intertwined with our very survival.
Wow. So dopamine's more than just a pleasure signal.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a key player in motivation,
Yeah.
reward, and even movement. Imagine our ancestors foraging for food.
Okay. Yeah.
When they finally stumbled upon a source of nourishment, their brains would release dopamine.
Oh, wow.
This wouldn't just make them feel good. It
Yeah.
would imprint that experience,
Oh, yeah.
reinforcing the behavior that led them to the food.
So it's almost like our brain saying, hey, remember what you did to get that reward. Do that again.
Exactly.
Like a built-in learning mechanism.
Yeah, for survival.
For survival. That's amazing.
And for thousands of years, the system worked beautifully.
Okay.
The problem is,
Yeah.
our modern world is saturated with things
Right.
that trigger dopamine release,
Yeah.
many of which aren't actually essential for survival.
Oh, interesting.
Think about the constant stream of notifications,
Oh, my gosh.
the allure of social media,
Yes.
the instant gratification of online shopping,
That's so true.
all these things.
Yeah, it's like, that feeling when you just have to check your phone?
Right.
Even if you have nothing specific in mind.
Exactly.
It's like our ancient wiring is being hijacked by modern technology.
Precisely. And while enjoying these things in moderation is fine,
Right.
the issue arises when we are constantly bombarded with
Yeah.
these high dopamine stimuli.
Yeah.
Our brains can actually become less sensitive over time.
So we need more and more stimulation to get that same feeling of reward.
Yes.
It's almost like developing a tolerance.
And this can create a vicious cycle.
Oh, no.
It becomes increasingly difficult to focus on tasks that don't offer that immediate dopamine rush.
That makes sense.
Think about working on a long-term project or reading a dense book.
Right.
These things are incredibly valuable, but they don't offer the instant gratification of, say, scrolling through social media.
Oh, that's so true. Our poor brains.
Yeah.
Wired for efficiency.
Yeah.
They start to favor the quick hits
Right.
over the activities that might be better for us in the long run.
Exactly.
So how do we break free from this dopamine-driven roller coaster?
Well, that's what we're here to explore.
Okay.
If you're finding this discussion insightful,
Yep.
don't forget to subscribe to the Quantum Soul channel,
Yes.
like this video, and share it with your friends.
Great advice. Now, I've heard a lot about dopamine detoxing lately. Is this idea of completely abstaining from all sources of pleasure actually beneficial?
The concept of a dopamine detox is often misunderstood.
Okay.
It's not about eliminating all sources of pleasure from your life.
Oh.
That's unrealistic and unsustainable.
That sounds pretty miserable.
Yeah.
So if complete abstinence isn't the answer,
Right.
what can we do to manage our dopamine levels
Okay.
and regain control over our focus and motivation?
There are practical, sustainable strategies that can help.
Okay.
It starts with how you begin your day.
Okay.
Imagine you start your day by checking social media or emails.
Right.
You're immediately flooding your brain with dopamine,
Cool.
setting yourself up to chase that high for the rest of the day.
Oh, wow.
So
So what's a better way to start the day?
try engaging in activities that require effort and focus.
Oh,
First thing in the morning.
like what?
This could be exercise,
Okay.
reading, meditation, or even just taking some time to plan out your day.
Okay.
By doing this, you're essentially sending a signal to your brain.
Like we're not just seeking instant gratification here.
Right.
We're in it for the long haul.
So it's like setting the tone for the day, starting with intention rather than impulse.
Exactly.
I like that.
And another powerful strategy is to create barriers to temptation.
Okay.
If you know your phone is a major source of distraction, consider deleting certain apps,
Okay.
using website blockers,
Right.
or even just turning off notifications.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
Make it harder to give in to those impulsive urges.
Uh-huh.
What other strategies can we use to navigate this modern world of dopamine overload?
We can actually leverage the concept of controlled discomfort to our advantage.
Discomfort. Isn't that something we usually try to avoid?
Yeah.
How could that possibly help us manage dopamine?
Think of it as a form of mental training.
Okay.
When we intentionally engage in activities
Right.
that require effort and delayed gratification.
Okay.
We're essentially strengthening our ability to resist impulsive urges. So we're talking about things that might not be instantly enjoyable,
Yeah,
but ultimately lead to a sense of accomplishment and growth.
exactly.
I like that.
Consider setting challenging goals,
Okay.
tackling difficult tasks first,
Right.
or trying new things that push you outside of your comfort zone.
Okay.
These activities might not offer that immediate dopamine rush,
Right.
but they build mental fortitude.
It's like building a muscle,
Yeah,
but for our willpower.
that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
If we're constantly seeking comfort and ease,
Right.
we become more sensitive to discomfort over time.
Okay.
Embracing controlled discomfort is like building up a tolerance for challenges.
So it's about shifting our mindset from constantly chasing pleasure to embracing growth and resilience. This is all starting to make sense. But in a world designed to capture our attention at every turn,
Right.
how do we practically implement these strategies?
One crucial step is being mindful of our digital consumption. We've talked about how the constant stream of notifications,
Right?
updates, and information can be incredibly addictive.
Oh yeah, it's like our devices are designed to keep us in a constant state of dopamine-fueled distraction.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to be intentional about our technology use.
Okay.
Setting limits on screen time,
Right.
designating specific times for checking emails and social media,
Okay.
and being mindful of the content we consume can make a big difference.
That makes sense.
Think of it like creating a healthy boundary between yourself and the digital world.
It's about reclaiming control rather than letting our devices dictate how we spend our time and energy.
Precisely. We can harness technology as a powerful tool,
Yeah.
but we need to be aware of its potential to hijack our attention.
This is all incredibly insightful.
Yeah.
We're learning that managing dopamine isn't about deprivation.
Right.
It's about finding a balance that allows us to live more fulfilling and intentional lives.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier the importance of rediscovering the joy of low dopamine activities.
Yeah.
What exactly does that look like?
Low dopamine activities are those that bring a sense of peace and contentment
Okay.
without triggering a massive dopamine surge.
Okay.
Think about spending time in nature,
Okay.
engaging in creative pursuits like painting or writing,
Right.
reading a good book,
Mm.
practicing mindfulness or meditation,
Okay.
or connecting with loved ones in meaningful ways.
These are activities that nourish our minds and spirits,
Yes.
rather than just providing a quick hit of pleasure.
Exactly.
It seems like the modern world encourages us to seek external validation and instant gratification, while these low dopamine activities encourage us to turn inward and cultivate a deeper sense of satisfaction.
That's a great observation. In a world obsessed with speed and efficiency,
Right.
these activities might seem boring or unproductive,
Right.
but they offer a richness and depth that's often overlooked.
Okay.
Think about the last time you were completely absorbed in an activity, losing track of time. That state of flow often arises when we engage in tasks that challenge us just enough
Right.
without overwhelming us.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly rewarding, even if it doesn't involve a dopamine-fueled high.
So it's not about eliminating pleasure or excitement from our lives.
No.
It's about broadening our definition of what's enjoyable and recognizing the value of activities that promote inner peace and connection.
Exactly.
This has been an eye-opening conversation.
I'm glad.
Before we wrap up, I want to encourage everyone watching to like this video and subscribe to the Quantum Soul channel.
Yes.
We appreciate your support.
Absolutely. And if you're finding this discussion valuable,
Yeah.
share it with your friends.
Okay.
The more we understand about how our brains work,
Right.
the better equipped we are to navigate the complexities of modern life.
It's like amazing to think that something as seemingly simple as a neurotransmitter
Right.
can have such a profound impact on our thoughts
Yeah.
and feelings and behaviors.
It speaks to the incredible complexity of the human brain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've only just scratched the surface of
Yeah.
understanding how dopamine works
Right.
and all the subtle ways it influences our lives.
It's so true, and yet by gaining even this basic understanding,
Yeah.
we can start to make more conscious choices
Right.
that support our well-being.
Absolutely. It's empowering to realize that we're not simply at the mercy of our neurochemistry.
Right.
We can actively shape our environments and habits
Okay.
to cultivate a healthier relationship with dopamine.
It's like we've been given a glimpse behind the curtain of our own minds.
Yeah,
And with that knowledge comes the responsibility to use it wisely.
precisely. Instead of constantly chasing that next dopamine hit, we can start to ask ourselves, what truly brings me joy? What activities make me feel fulfilled and aligned with my values?
Right.
And then we can make a conscious effort to prioritize those things.
And I think that's what's so exciting about this exploration of dopamine.
Yeah.
It's not just about managing a neurotransmitter.
Right.
It's about understanding ourselves better
Yeah.
and living more intentional lives.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Thanks.
It's about moving beyond the pursuit of fleeting pleasure
Okay.
and seeking out experiences that nourish our souls.
This has been an incredibly insightful conversation.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today.
I always enjoy exploring these topics with you.
And to everyone watching,
Yes.
we hope you found this deep dive into dopamine informative and helpful. Remember, by understanding how this powerful neurotransmitter works,
Yeah,
we can harness its power for good and create a more balanced and fulfilling life.
absolutely.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Quantum Soul channel
Yeah.
for more fascinating explorations into the human experience.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed this video,
Yeah,
please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.
absolutely.
Now, here's a final thought to ponder as you continue your journey.
Okay.
We've explored the intricate workings of the brain and how dopamine shapes our behaviors.
Yeah.
But what about the soul? Could there be a deeper connection between our pursuit of meaning and purpose
Okay.
and the way we manage our dopamine system? Something to contemplate as you explore the 2 videos you see on your screen, ready to take you deeper into the mysteries of the quantum soul.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.